Hello again. Welcome back to another installment of What's in Pirates Great. This is episode, I think, 3 now, where I am celebrating women in music. This is probably going up after March is done, probably around my birthday time. Depending if I do one a week, looking at the time frame that I'm filming this. So I'm trying to power through this. If you're new here, I am Pirate. I have a whole bunch of records, and I like to do showcases of themes around some of the records that I have. So, filming this, when I'm doing this now, it's March, and that's Women's History Month. So, I'm taking a little bit of time to go out and show all the records that I have that that have either had female contributions or just singing or backing vocals or anything of the like. So, yeah, let's continue onward here. Last episode, I gave a little bit of tease with P, with the letter P. So we are going from P basically until the letter T. And then hopefully these next couple of videos are a little bit smaller because I was trying to go through as much as quick as possible. I wanted to get them about like 10 minutes long-ish. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Join the pirate crew. Like, subscribe, and ring the ship's bell to be notified when the captain posts new content. Also, if I look increasingly haggard over these last couple of videos, I'm doing this all in one session and then releasing all through, so it is very warm in this room that I'm in. I have a fan rolling, but you can only do so and so much, and there's only so and so much light that I have access to. So let's go ahead and get started here. Anyone who knows me or knows me for any amount of time knows this album. I've had this album forever. Paramore, All We Know Is Falling. Now, there is a pressing of this that is coming out for Record Store Day. This video is probably coming out before then, but if not, after. I'll do a splice of me showing that, hey, I have this as well, because the Record Store Day version of this has the Summer Tick EP, so I really am looking forward to getting that. It's not an original pressing, it is a reissue, but it's done very well. Next up is Riot. Excuse me there. Their most well-known album. This is my favorite album of theirs. Now, I do have the CD box set that has the 7-inch single in it. Again, if you watch the first video, I'm not going to show singles here as much as possible just to keep things rolling, or else we'd be here all day. It's tough for me to film with that. Brand New Eyes. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I put this at number 2. Next up is their self-titled album. Now, that was the box set version, so it came with a 7-inch single, a poster, and a couple of other things. After Laughter. I wish I had the turquoise version. This is just the standard gray version. I have a box set for this, but there are not going to be any box sets in this one because I already covered a box set. But I do have the box set of this one, mainly because I always collect Paramore box sets. And also, if you look behind here, I have the one of the flexi discs from this particular album's listening party. This is why. This is the indie clear version. I wanted to. I have I think the green version as well. It's over here somewhere off screen. So I wanted the box set, but it wasn't going to come on release day. I'm like, I want to listen to this album because I had already done the listening party. I already knew it was on there, but I was like, I really want it on the day. So I went and picked up the indie. This is a Record Store Day piece. I didn't get the one with the album. This is RE. This is why. I tend not to pick up remixed albums, but I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to Paramore being one of my favorite bands. There's a couple of comps that I don't have. I do have Hayley Williams' first solo album, and that is on a 10-inch box set, so that's not going to be covered here. But also, this is the Record Store Day Hard Times and Burning Down the House on this really cool, like, milky clear, I guess you would call that. Very awesome. You know, you can't talk about female singers without talking about Francine Barker. Peaches and Herb. Good stuff. I mean, do I even have to talk about this 60s, 70s great stuff? I'm keeping the train rolling here. I actually have some notes over here. Another great 70s, 80s is... I want to make sure I get the names. Okay. So Ruth Pointer, Isa Pointer, Sadako Pointer. There's also June, Bonnie, and Anita Pointer, the Pointer sisters. Great, great 70s music. So I dab a lot of eclectic stuff, 70s, 80s, some 90s here and there, but I generally try to listen to as much as possible. This was my album of the year. It came out. Love this particular artist. Took me 15 years to see her. And this particular album, I had not gotten it physical. My buddy got it for me. I got it signed for me. I saw her earlier in that year. And I did a concert diary for this if you want to go way, way back and look at that concert diary. But this is an artist that waited 15 years to see. It was worth it. I hope to see her again. Cassidy Pope. Hereditary. Her latest album. It's on a really nice pink as well. So I went on with somebody I met on the collaboration. His name is Brady. And we talked about this band, Pop Evil. This is when Haley Kramer was on drums. So this is my only physical vinyl of Pop Evil. Love this album. The next one, I'm missing only 2 of their albums. But I caught this particular one at a good time because this is the OG pressing of this. It goes for quite some coin now. Pretty Reckless, Light Me Up, one of my favorite debut albums of all time. Taylor Momsen, the singer. I'm going to probably have to cover up this. Pretty Reckless, Going to Hell, another great, great album. And then my top 10 albums of all time. With my one buddy, I wrote a 5-page review on this. This is one of my favorite albums of all time from them. This is Death by Rock and Roll by the Pretty Reckless. There is a new album coming out that I do have pre-order for. So I am missing the album before Going to Hell and the album after. The album after Going to Hell and the one after Death by Rock and Roll. I'll get those eventually. You know I'm not made of money, but yeah, really interesting. So the next one should be in What's Collection. What's really interesting is I saw Maynard James Keenan do a What's in My Bag, and I was like, hey, I know this. I have this album. Also with the Joni Mitchell that I showed in a previous video. Michael from Opeth talked about Court and Sparks, so that's why I got that. But I saw this. It was actually in a thrift store. Pretenders. Chrissy. What can you say that has been said about the Pretenders? Then, of course, we have Lynn Gunn. Paris. I had falling out with Paris. I still love this debut album, though. I listened to it quite a bit. Lynn Gunn is actually featured on it tonight, a live album, which will be next video. I'll talk about that. Bonnie Raitt, Give It Up. Classic, classic country. There's an album that was talked about by... that's right. Talked about by Michael of Opeth. And if you actually listen to Opeth, you can hear the influence. This is Renaissance. A Song for All Seasons. This is Annie Haslam. Very, very, weird 70s-ish music. It's very prog adjacent, which is really cool. I really appreciate that. The next 2, I need to get her 3rd album, but this artist is from Australia, and you know me, I love my Aussies, but Tim Porter is insanity. But Amy Shark, Love Monster, indie pop. And then this one made me cry forever if I didn't have it. This is her follow-up, Cry Forever. I love this album to death. It's on Silver Wax. And in my opinion, you don't have a vinyl collection unless you have some Sade in there. I mean, we could talk the praises of Sade from day and night. Absolutely just wonderful voice. Just wonderful, wonderful music as well. I actually went to my local at the time, and this was in their Hey Recently Arrived bin. I was like, yes, I have to have this. I absolutely have to have this. Keeping it moving with some electro funk, R&B. Chandra Curly Young now. Hope I don't butcher that. This is the SOS band. You know, very, very cool stuff. Like electro, very, very funky, very cool stuff. 70s era. A lot of my collection I find is 70s stuff, but then I surprise myself. Next, the main reason why I picked this one up is once you hear the title, you'll know why. But mainly because Waddy also played on this as well. Waddy Wachtel. Linda Ronstadt, Hasten Down the Wind. I love her cover of it, and as soon as I saw it at the little bookstore that I was in, I was like, I had to have it. So, what can be said about Linda Ronstadt as well? My buddy Ben sent me this one. Shout out there. Chaperone. I mean, come on. What can be said that hasn't already been said about this artist? Good stuff. It's also on this orange creamsicle, which is very cool. The next one is an artist that I've talked to death a little bit about. You can get a hint as to who it is right here. If you've been following along, Lindsey Stirling. So we have Shatter Me. Don't have her debut. I have Shatter Me, though. I mean, the title track with Lzzy Hale. Just beyond words amazing. My album of the year that came out, Artemis. I do have both of her Christmas albums, but we're going to talk about that when we hit the Christmas section at the very end. And then it's a shame that this album was discounted. This is not deserving of a discount album. This is an amazing follow-up. Duality. Especially with the expanded songs on this album. Just send it to the roof and beyond. It's Lindsey Stirling's musicianship is just so amazing. I love every time I hear her music. There's always something new for me to really enjoy with that. Lastly, we are ending on an artist that I have quite a bit for. I mean, if you're following along with the alphabet, you probably know who it is. Taylor Swift. So this is Fearless Taylor's version. The triple album. Don't have an original pressing of that particular version, but now that she owns everything, it's probably easier to find. One of my favorite albums, just of general of all time, Speak Now. I don't mind her new version of that, but Speak Now means a lot to me personally. Another one that means a lot to me personally is Red Taylor's version. This is one of my best-selling records in my entire collection. I'll cut at 45 RPM, so it's going to sound amazing, but it is a lot of discs. But it is absolutely worth it for that album. And then an album, in my opinion, that I like the original version for better, 1989. Then Lover. Some of these are actually going for some pretty pennies nowadays. Especially this one. This is the Betty's Garden version of Folklore. This was the first album that I had put Taylor at Best of the Year for that year it came out. And then the follow-up, Evermore. This was back when I was shopping at Target. So that's going to wrap it up here for this installment. There should be at least 2 more videos I think I can get out of this. We're getting towards the end of the alphabet. We're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. But let me know down in the comments below if you've been listening to anything cool or watching any movies, playing any games. Let me know what's been going on. I'd love to hear from you. Do you know any of the artists on this list? Am I missing anything? You feel like I need to put something in my collection? Let me know as well. I'd love to hear from you and have a conversation down in the comments. And as I say at the end of everything, at least I produce, when the waters get rough, keep on sailing. Take care.